Hello everyone, Russell Wright from Network Empire and ThemeZoom.com. And the first step of getting into the Kraken account is you're going to have to use your username and password that you were given. And if you've purchased blueprints, you're still going to log into the same location. There's not two separate locations to log into when using the Kraken application. So just type in your username and password. And once you hit submit, you're going to see the theme clusters screen. And you know you're on the theme cluster screen because it says theme clusters. And this is going to be the button where you begin to create your clusters. You can kind of think of the clusters as all the relationships of a whole bunch of piles of gold to each other, or a pile of valuable keywords. That is, keywords that have cost, like you can see in the ORV screen. ORV just simply means organic rank value, the amount of money these keywords are worth in a given year on the organic, natural, non-paid search engines. And the total search market value, which is really how this tool works, includes both the organic ranking of a keyword if you were to rank in the top 5 positions, as well as any paid ads on that specific keyword in the phrase match. So I would say that these numbers are very low in Kraken because we use phrase match estimates, and so you can probably count on them being a lot more in terms of their value. So this is fairly conservative. You can also see that I've already drilled into several terms on this screen. Multi-channel marketing, Nashville SEO, something I did with Mike Long. There's some other things, prostate cancer, video marketing. These are quick and dirty keyword drills that have taken me less than 15 minutes to accomplish, but they've also pulled up a cluster because you can drill into each one of these. For example, on Nashville SEO with Mike Long, we spent about 5 or 10 minutes doing this, and we came up with, see all the green flags? These were all ready to go to Blueprint, but these were individual tools, individual keywords, and you can see that these individual keywords have, this is the number that you want to look at. Which one has the most money? Okay, and inside each one of these individual keywords, these individual piles of gold, you can drill into these piles of gold separately. So web design Nashville, we accidentally discovered is $8.59 a click, is the highest that's ever been paid for that term. And web design is indirectly related to SEO, so we got curious and we drilled into that term. And that term has clusters tied to it, okay? Or clusters of keywords, and all the information on these keywords is available to you right here. And what you're looking for on these screens is the relationship, kind of like the satellite view, if you will, of how these things are connected to web design Nashville. You can see that Nashville web design is a related term. Nashville website design. You might have forgotten website design in your blueprint or in your website if you didn't know this. And then, of course, national web designers. If you have a service that cares about specific designers, that would be a word that you definitely want to include in your site if you've got a web design firm in Nashville. So this satellite view really tells you which words people are using that have $100 bills pinned to them. That's really the best thing that you need to know, because there's thousands of words that don't have cash, that are not really profitable. And they're educational, so they're indirectly profitable. And Kraken just really quickly cuts through all that stuff and just tells you to look at the bottom line. The bottom line is that these terms and their children, you can see up here, are worth $23,195,000 per year. And you can, of course, lower that number by deleting irrelevant things, like these broad terms like web design, website. They should be removed. Okay, so that just gives you a quick overview of how powerful this tool is. I just showed you how to use this satellite view technology, but the best thing for us to do is to drill into something from the beginning to end. So we're going to take a keyword and drill into it. And to start over, all we need to do is go up to the View All Clusters. And the View All Clusters is going to take us to the top level in the Kraken VOMA technology. If you've read the help files, you know that it's the tale of two tabs here: VOMA, Vertical Online Market Analysis, and Blueprint. So what we're going to be doing on the Create Cluster screen is create our clusters. We're going to pick through all the most precious keywords, the highest paying and the most expensive to bid on keywords, and we're going to turn those into silo landing pages on your blueprint. And sometimes you might turn them into articles if they're not competitive enough, because you do have very competitive terms that aren't really a lot of competing pages. And we get into that in advanced techniques, but for the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to keep it really simple. So in the VOMA area, we're going to go ahead and create a cluster, and we're going to start with something really, really broad. Okay, and I thought it was appropriate to use the word gold because we're talking about gold. And Mike, of course, is running a program that's related to gold, and it's a very huge affiliate program thing. So I thought it'd be appropriate to that. I also want to point out that you can do this in multiple countries. And yeah, just we'll do that in passing, and want to make sure that you see a few of these items. When you click submit, it's going to come up again to the creating an initial theme for the new cluster gold. So this is going to be the file or the project name. And there will be many, many other terms that we're going to pull together and green flag like I showed you in the help files, so that they will be pulled over. When you give the green flag, it's pretty much your way of saying, yeah, I want these in my blueprint because I'm going to build this building that's worth tens of thousands of dollars. I'm going to build a website that's worth tons of money. I'm going to basically create a money tree of keywords. I'm going to give them all the internal linking relationships, the proper SEO. I'm going to rank higher using far fewer inbound links than my competition. Remember, that's the whole end game, if you will. That's the whole goal here. So go ahead and click create as soon as you're sure about the keyword. And what will happen here is that Kraken will immediately bring back synonyms. Now, I've never drilled into gold before, and this is kind of bizarre, but what it's telling me is that gold is 171. These are they're supposed to be synonym keywords, and it's not very often that I see synonyms come back as dollar bill amounts, and we're not going to use those as synonyms until I do more research. Okay, you don't really need to use them. And now normally things like if it were bicycles, bikes might come back, or mountain bikes or whatever, but the way that we get our synonyms is directly from Google. Whatever Google is deciding, even though the tilde key is gone, which is the old synonym function in the Google search, we still pull the synonyms from Google. And gold doesn't really have any synonyms. It's kind of a standard on its own, and those numbers probably came back because a lot of the pages have those numbers on them. And Kraken pulled them back thinking that they were almost synonymic with the word gold, okay? But we'll leave it for now, and you'll probably see a lot of different synonyms come back for terms, especially top-level terms that you're drilling into. For now, we'll skip it. You also have the ability to add your own synonyms right here. Be careful with that until you're an advanced user, because it will skew how your blueprint looks, probably for the better. But if I were to abuse this and put, chocolate as a synonym for gold, it would probably pull back chocolate brands that have gold in the title. Okay, so don't put things that are unrelated in your manual synonym adder. So let's just go ahead and click continue. And now what's going to happen is probably you should go pour yourself a cup of tea, wait for this. It'll probably be 2 minutes, and in a couple minutes it's going to bring back the themes that it drills into. Since gold is the only word in this particular example, we did not use any synonyms. That's the only thing it's going to bring back, which is completely fine, because it just means that gold doesn't have a lot of synonyms, and we want to pull in the most profitable. Okay, you can see that people have bid on gold, and the average cost per click at this time is $4.16 on the pay-per-click engines. You can see that the traffic is estimated at 97.5, and that is per day. Okay, and since there's not a lot to think about, in advanced videos we'll show you how to select whether your other keywords are theme defining. But for now, as a beginner, I recommend that you just do one keyword at a time to see what's going on until you get to the advanced modules. Okay, that goes for OMGers especially. Just do one keyword at a time and don't overthink it until you get a feel for the power that Kraken has to offer you. Okay, then we'll go ahead and just click I'm done choosing which synonyms are theme defining. You have to pick gold as theme defining, so there was no choice there. I want to bring to your attention here that theme market analysis for gold. This area up here tells you whether it's a phrase, a micro niche, a niche, a theme, a market segment, or a market category, or a market. And we've done that for you so you don't have to think. Like if something's got greater than 20 million pages, we consider it a market. A market category, I can give you the list of how we've defined this, but something under like 1,000 pages is like a micro niche. So we have it all scaled for you to help you get a general idea of how big this keyword is that you're dealing with. And as you can see, this is underlined, and so that means that gold is definitely a market. Now that's kind of a duh, I know, that's obvious. But when you're dealing with a lot of keywords, it's really nice to know if something's just a market segment, it's a theme, or it's a niche, and that way you know how big it is. What's interesting to me here is that this total search market value is only for one word. We haven't even drilled into this term yet. We're not even drilling for the gold or the children keywords tied to gold and the niches and the themes that's going to extract from this mound here of the word gold. And it's already $1,117,638,106 per year in pay-per-click value, as well as organic rank value in the search engines. Okay, the pay-per-click market alone is $196,000. Okay, so there are people bidding a lot on gold, but for organic rankings, it's just monstrous. Okay, $621 million per year is the value of that traffic if you're ranked on the first 3 to 5 positions for the word gold as a single keyword. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? Okay, so that's great, but how can you build a site on gold, right? And how do you get this over to the blueprint quickly and efficiently? Well, when we come back on the next video, I'm going to actually show you what happens. In fact, let's go ahead before we go. Let's just click the drill button. Okay, and this is where you should really have your drum roll, because when I click drill, it's going to drill into the word gold, and it's going to Kelley's designed it so that it goes out, Kraken goes out to tens of thousands of pages with the word gold on it, based on the pages that are in the first ranking positions on Google. And it pulls thousands of keywords from those pages. We pull all those keywords back, just like I showed you with the gold sieve, right? That truck, from the show on gold mining. It pulls them back and goes through all those mounds of dirt and sifts through all the garbage and brings back only the nuggets that have total search market value and gets rid of all the garbage for you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click drill. And I'm going to go get a cup of coffee because it's going to take about 3 to 7 minutes, sometimes more depending upon how many users we have on. And it's going to come back and tell me what the most valuable phrases, micro niches, niche themes, market segments, and market categories under this market are. And at that point, it's my decision to try to go ahead and use them. And as soon as you click this button, you're going to see a drill status for gold. And when you see the status bar, that means you can go take a break. And I'll tell you a little bit of a secret here. If you want to, you can run more than one keyword at once. We give you a maximum of 3. So you would just click the view all clusters and go ahead and run a new drill. But as a beginner, I recommend strongly that you just do one keyword at a time and one drill at a time so that you don't blow yourself up. Because this is a really powerful tool, folks. This is not word tracker. This is a data mining and keyword extraction latent semantic indexing system that's designed to help you swallow your market whole based on the most profitable keywords or the most gold clusters and nuggets within an entire mountain. I'll see you on the next video.